asked yourself, how come different people handle the same situations so differently? I was having a talk with somebody about this yesterday, and I figured I would come on here and do a video about it. Even people with the same struggles in life, the same diagnosis, all handle things differently. If you talk to me, you'll get one perspective on living with a disability. Talk to somebody else with my exact disability, you'll get a whole nother story. If you talk to somebody with a certain type of cancer and somebody else with the same type of cancer, you'll get two different stories. Why is that? It boils down to mindset. That is life. It really is. That's what it boils down to. To me, it's not genetics, it's not our buildup, it's what's in here and what's in here. And that was illustrated to me for the millionth time when my father passed away. Well, really, when he was diagnosed, because he had leukemia, and one of his first words that he said was, "Get it out of me." And that's, it's a blood thing. You can't take it out like a tumor. But in his mind, he couldn't live with it in him. So even though at the end of his life, he was willing to fight and do whatever he could to survive, he had already made the decision of what that diagnosis was going to do to him. Now, I'm friends with and talk to a ton of people living with disabilities. A lot of you come to my pages. I've had some of you as clients, and we're all different as well. And one of the big things that I see with people living with disabilities and our different perspectives and attitudes is dwelling and complaining or looking on the bright side and living in gratitude. I choose the latter. You will very, very rarely hear me complain about something to do with my disability, especially if it's not followed by research or finding a solution, and that's the main thing. I'm not saying that people can't complain about things. It's life, things are gonna happen, and you're not gonna be happy about them all the time. But you have to pick yourself back up. You have to change the narrative. You have to change your mindset and your perspective and switch to a more solution-based frame of mind. Now, sometimes you're not going to be able to find the solution. So that's where changing your perspective comes in. The easiest way to do that is gratitude. I always say it. You have, I really forgot, it's 206 bones in your body, or something like that. You literally count the ones that you can move and the ones that you can feel. And the things that you can do with your body, like blinking, eating, swallowing, or, anything, no matter how small it is, if you have a disability that causes paralysis or causes limited mobility, literally count your blessings. It'll help. Trust me. And then, pretty sure I've talked about this before, to really get into gratitude, think about the perks. There's things that if you weren't disabled, you wouldn't be getting. The good parking, front row in some arenas, which should be all, I will say, but I'm lucky enough and grateful enough that I have an arena near me, which automatically allows you to go up front. And there's plenty of other things as well. You know, there's a million things to be grateful for when you really think about it. And that's what it's all about. You have to change your mindset, and you really will change your life. And that really is the bottom line of how two people can walk an identical journey and end up in two different places. Because their mindset's different. And, you know, during hard times in my life, I know I would get annoyed about, oh, you have to examine your thoughts, like literally examine every single thought that you're having, but you do. If you're changing the way that you always thought, and it's unconscious at first, you have to retrain yourself to think. Like, let's say you used to think positive, then something happened, you think negative. You have to retrain yourself, and that's the hardest part. Because for me, I never really had to learn how to be positive at first. Because for most of my life, nothing was really happening. You know, some people would say the wheelchair, but I was always an optimistic, happy person, and never let it get in my way. Then things, you know, way outside of a disability happened in my life and knocked me down, and I had to consciously learn how to persevere, how to, you know, be my happy-go-lucky self again. And I think the reason for that was so that I could be able to spread this message and connect with all of you. Because otherwise, I would be like, okay, well, I don't know how to tell you how to do what I do because it just comes naturally, and you'd probably want to punch me in the face. But now I can give you actual tools that will help, and I hope this was one of them. Like I said, you know, there's plenty more, and I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, especially if you've found yourself in a negative frame of mind and mindset for quite a long time. It's going to take practice. You're going to want to throw in the towel, but don't. If you want to do that, send me a message, and I'll help you. I'll figuratively walk you through it. Okay? So that's my message. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like this video if you like it. Share with your friends or somebody that you think will benefit from this. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Alright, thanks.